Okay, in this video, we're going to solve this problem right here, and so let's begin. First, what I recommend doing is rewriting what we have. So instead of having the square root symbol, I can say we have x raised to 4 minus 5, close it, raise it to 1/2, divided by our denominator, which is x plus 3, close it, squared. Now in this form, we can go ahead and use the quotient rule. That's low d high minus high d low, divided by the square root of what's below. So low is our denominator. So we have x plus 3, close it, squared, d high, so derivative of our numerator, so x raised it to 4 minus 5, close it, raise it to 1/2, minus high, our numerator, x raised it to 4 minus 5, close it, raise it to 1/2, d low, derivative of our denominator, x plus 3, close it, squared, divided by the square root of what's below. So we take what we have, x plus 3, close it, squared, and we got to square it again. So close it, squared. So next we can clean it up. We'll have x plus 3, close it, squared. We take the derivative of this piece. So we'll keep our 1/2 will be in the front. So we have 1/2 parentheses x raised it to 4 minus 5, close it. We do 1 less. So 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2. But then we need to take the derivative of the inside piece. The derivative of x raised it to 4 is going to be 4x cubed, and the derivative of negative 5 is 0. Minus, we have this piece here. So parentheses, x raised it to 4 minus 5, close it, raise it to 1/2. We take the derivative of this piece, so we bring the 2 to the front. So 2 parentheses, x plus 3, close it. We do 2 minus 1, which is 1. We could raise it to 1 or just keep it like this, times the derivative of the inside piece. The derivative of x is 1. The derivative of 3 is 0. So we can say times 1 if you want. Divided by the square root of what's below. So we have 2 times 2, we get 4. We'll get x plus 3, close it, raise it to 4. Next, if you want, you can kind of split this up. So we can get parentheses x plus 3, close it, squared, divided by, we have times 1/2, so you can put a 2 in the denominator. We have raise it to negative 1/2, so we can bring that to the denominator also. And we can say our square root symbol, x raised it to 4 minus 5. This right here is equivalent to this piece, times 4x cubed. So we'll put it right here, times 4x cubed. Then we'll do this piece right here. So we have a minus, we have a 2 times 1, which is 2. We have an x plus 3, so x plus 3, close it. Then we have this piece, so x raised it to 4 minus 5, the whole thing raised it to 1/2. That's the same thing as taking the square root symbol, x raised it to 4 minus 5. And then the whole thing is being divided by our denominator. So parentheses, x plus 3, close it, raise it to 4. Now I forgot, this piece also had the same thing in the denominator. So parentheses, x plus 3, close it, raise it to 4. Now we can clean this up some more. 4 divided by 2 is just 2. So we get rid of this 2, change this 4 to a 2. Now if you notice, this is very close. This is x plus 3 raised to 4. This also has it, but this also has the square root part. So if you want, you could do the same thing. You can say we have the square root, x raised it to 4 minus 5, in order for us to have a common denominator. And if we do it on the denominator, we also have to do it onto the numerator. Now this piece also had a square root x raised to 4 minus 5. So we'll just multiply the square root of x raised to 4 minus 5. And when we do this, the square root would cancel out. So now we have a common denominator, so let's kind of rewrite what we have. But before we go ahead and rewrite what we have, we can also notice something. We have x plus 3 squared. This is x plus 3 raised it to 4. This also is x plus 3, and x plus 3 raised it to 4. We can still have a common denominator and also reduce. We can change this to be gone, and this can have a 3. Likewise, instead of having a 2, we can get rid of this and change the 4 to a 3. So now we have 2x cubed times x plus 3. Let's do that. 2x cubed times x is going to give us 2x to the 4th. 2x cubed times 3 is going to give us 6x cubed. And again, these two square roots, the square root would cancel out, and we just get what we have under the radical, which is x raised it to 4 minus 5. So we have negative 2 times x raised to 4, so we'll get negative 2x raised to 4. Negative 2 times negative 5 is positive 10, divided by our denominator, which we have x plus 3 cubed, so x plus 3 cubed times the radical, which is the square root of x raised to 4 minus 5. Again, this denominator and this denominator, they're the same, so we have a common denominator. So one thing we'll notice, 2x raised to 4, negative 2x raised to 4, it cancels out. So we have 6x cubed plus 10. If you want, you could factor out a 2. We'll get 2 parentheses 3x cubed plus 5, close it, divided by our denominator, which we have x plus 3, close it, raise it to 3, times the square root of x raised to 4 minus 5. This right here is our final answer, and that's all we need to do for this problem.